3.9, number 354. We have the function f of x equals 4x times e to the x squared minus 1. I'm going to leave off the parentheses, x squared minus 1 that the book has. And we're supposed to find the equation of the tangent line at x equals 1. I'm sorry, negative 1. X equals negative 1. Okay. It says to graph the tangent line and the function on the same graph, but that's a technology question. They don't mean for us to graph it by hand. They mean to just look at it in the calculator and derive some wonderful experience from that. So the main thrust of this is just to take the equation of the tangent line. So f prime of x, the most outer thing happening is this product here. The 4 I can associate with the x, I can associate with the e to the x squared minus 1, I can just leave it off, it doesn't matter. I'm going to leave it off to the side here, 4. And then I'm going to concentrate on differentiating the x times e to the x squared minus 1, which starts out with the product rule. So we would have the first times derivative of the second. Derivative of the second is, of course, itself back again times the derivative of the exponent. Okay? So itself back again times derivative of exponent. That's always the rule for the exponential function. Plus second, so that's e to the x squared minus 1 times the derivative of the first. The derivative of the first is just 1, right? We're viewing x as being first without the 4 on it. That's encapsulated out here. So I'm not going to multiply by the 1. It doesn't really do anything. Right now it's just a matter of cleanup. We see that both terms inside the brackets has e to the x squared minus 1. We should always pull that out. So we get e to the x squared minus 1 taken to the outside of the brackets, right, from both of these terms, and the 4 will be there with it. Left inside is 2x squared plus 1. Okay. So 2x squared plus 1. So we have left to make it look just that much nicer. I'm going to put the exponential function last. It is not that important, it's just aesthetics. E to the x squared minus 1. Okay, so there's our derivative. We need to know that at negative 1. So f prime at negative 1 should be 4. 2 times negative 1 squared, right? Negative 1 squared will just be 1. So 2 times 1 plus 1 is 3. And then we have e to the negative 1 squared minus 1, but that's 1 minus 1, that's 0. And so that's a 1. So I have 12 times 1. So there's the slope of the tangent line. Okay. So now we just need to find the y-intercept. We know the tangent line is going to be y equals 12x plus something. Oops, sorry, plus something. And that something needs to be figured out. So we need to put a point in here, and that will come from the negative 1 value here. I just need to know f of negative 1. So negative 1, f of negative 1 is on the tangent line. So f of negative 1 should be 4 negative 1 e to the negative 1 squared minus 1. Again, negative 1 squared minus 1 is 0, e to the 0th is 1. So 1 times negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. So now we know that negative 1 comma negative 4 is on the tangent. So just plug those values in. We get negative 4 equals 12 times negative 1 plus b. Add 12 to both sides, we get 8 over here. So we have our tangent line as y equals 12x plus 8.